A mother in Detroit is now having to change her story after lying about accidentally shooting her 4-year-old child. She had initially told officers that someone shot the child after trying to snatch her purse, and effectively there was a robber who shot the kid. It was last Friday, and apparently it was in fact the mother who did so when cleaning her gun. She initially told officers that someone opened fire outside the apartment after the unsuccessful robbery. The child, as of right now, allegedly is in critical condition at a hospital, survived being shot twice. Jesus. I have no idea how a 4-year-old does, but as of right now, critical condition over the weekend. We don't know what has happened since then. Police chief in charge of this says the puzzle isn't coming together the way it should. That was after her initial comments. We got a call from the hospital indicating that we had a crime scene here. Crime scene is on the inside of the home, not on the outside, which is inconsistent with the initial information that we have, because the shot had not come from outside of the house, it was from the inside. And she eventually did admit that she shot the child in the arm and the leg and was taken into custody Friday before midnight. This is, I mean, the child is still alive, that is the saving grace, but this is like as dark as stories come, to accidentally shoot your child twice and then to lie about it.
Yeah, so now, as again, like you said, the first problem is the shooting. Then after that, this kid who survived, I don't know how much of the story he or she is gonna hear as they grow up, knowing that your mother, then after, there's an accident, an irresponsible accident. So that's the first problem. So I mean, if you wanna forgive for an accident, but then there's the conscious decision to say, you know what, I'm gonna say it was someone else. My 4-year-old kid who's now shot twice, someone else did that. And you gotta grow up knowing that your mother was willing to do that after doing that. You forget that kids are humans and they log stuff. Just think back when you were 5 years old. Yeah, you were super young, but if you found out that something like that happened, you're not just gonna be like, oh yeah, I was only 5, no big deal. You see this wound in my arm? See that hole in my leg that I always have for the rest of my life? Yeah, this is no big deal. Mom just lied about what happened to the police so she can get away with it.
So I kind of want to have a poll, because obviously it's wrong and this is terrible. But I almost, like, can you imagine, JR, if you accidentally shot your kid and then like someone asked what happened, like the desire to not have to admit that you've done an unimaginable thing, the worst thing that you've ever done, that you will ever do in your entire life, would be so overwhelming. I kind of get lying about it. Like, it's wrong and potentially damaging. If they go out there looking for someone and the cops end up shooting someone, like bad things can happen when people lie about crimes, obviously. But it is, and yes, and Repairman Jack is saying you admit to the incident, it's the adult thing to do. Yes, it's the adult thing to do, but the human thing to do is to lose it over what you just did.
Yes.
And so it's not acceptable, but it's sort of, for me, understandable.
Well, I guess it all depends on
Am I the bad guy?
Yeah, it all depends on who your fears of being exposed to are. Because if I'm responsible for something like that, and it's my kid, my panic and fear comes to, oh damn, my kid is now gonna always know that I shot him. I'm worried about the accountability towards my kid. She's worried about the accountability towards the police and authorities and stuff. So that's where her fear comes. So it turns back to then looking out for yourself, which may be again another human emotion, but many times, and I'm not in the business of judging parents and how they do it and the degree to which they support their kids and all that stuff. That's not my business. But the first thought I would have is, I gotta explain this to my kid. Oh man, I hope he makes it. This is devastating. The cops and getting away from that problem are the last thing in my head. Right now, my kid is shot. That's 100% of my focus, and the fact that I did it.
Yeah, and by the way, the fact that the kid was shot twice, I understand that's hard to even understand how that even happens during this accident. And obviously, when you're cleaning a gun, you don't do it with rounds in the chamber. This is a reminder to everyone that this story is like a 1 in a million, I guess, except that it's not really.
Nope.
When you bring a gun into a home, the danger increases, not just for roving marauders that try to attack you, but for everyone who lives in that home. And on tomorrow's show, we're gonna have some more numbers about how rampant just having the violence of just having a gun in the house, but it leads to these sorts of tragedies fairly predictably and regularly.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.